Good evening, friends. I am again here to send you some message. This is Satyapriya. My message for today is that fear is quite normal. डरना डर बिल्कुल एक स्वाभाविक प्रक्रिया है मानव मन की, मानव मस्तिष्क की. So never treat it as unusual. जैसे कहा जाता है डर के आगे जीत है, बिल्कुल वही होता है. So fear is quite normal, anxiety is quite normal, and psychology says if you try to curb that anxiety, like there are stages, there are stated when you feel anxious, like on the eve of getting the question papers the students feel anxious, or like on the eve of at the moment you enter the interview board, the interview chamber, you feel anxious. That anxiety is quite normal, quite natural. And psychology says when we start curbing it, when we try to curb it, when we try to press it, it magnifies, वो बढ़ता जाता है. एंग्जाइटी को जितना हम दबाएंगे उतना बढ़ेगा. So accept it. A bit of anxiety, a bit of nervousness is quite natural, quite normal. It pushes you, it gives you a new energy, it gives you new heights. So many sports legends, if we look at their life, if we look at them, we feel they had fears. Take the example of Sachin Tendulkar versus Shoaib Akhtar duel. Shoaib Akhtar, one of the fastest bowlers, in fact the fastest bowler on this planet. He clocked 161.3 kilometers per hour in a World Cup match twice. That translates into 100.2 miles per hour. So he became the fastest. Earlier, Jeff Thompson or Dennis Lilly or the West Indian pacemen, they operated in the 90 miles. Once Thompson in the 80s had bowled in the 90s, had touched the 90 miles, it had become a record. Dennis Lilly did the same, but Shoaib Akhtar broke it and touched the 100-mile barrier. So Shoaib Akhtar, when he used to hurl the ball, when he used to bowl at 100 miles per hour, think of the frightening speed. Think of he had the longest run up. Shoaib Akhtar had the longest run up, and Shoaib Akhtar used to run. He had such a powerful build, was such a good athlete. He was a runner, 100-meter runner, sprinter in his earlier days. So when Shoaib Akhtar used to run at Tendulkar or say Dravid, you must be remembering the test match, the Asia Cup test match, Asia Cup series in Kolkata, when Shoaib Akhtar had taken 2 wickets on 2 consecutive deliveries, and those wickets were of Rahul Dravid and Sachin Tendulkar, none other than Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid on 2 consecutive balls, 2 unplayable deliveries, Yorkers at that speed. So it was very tough. And Shoaib Akhtar, in his biography, controversially yours, Shoaib Akhtar has an autobiography which he has written along with another writer. In that biography, Shoaib Akhtar says that when he used to run at Tendulkar or any other batsman, तो उनके पैर कांपने लगते थे. Misbahul Haq, the captain at that time and a fellow player, a very good batsman and captain of Pakistan team, who captained Pakistan team, also corroborated this. So when Shoaib Akhtar used to run in at say Tendulkar, the legs of any batsman, they started trembling. This was but natural, this was humane. But remember the knocks that Tendulkar played against Shoaib Akhtar. Remember the uppercuts that later Virendra Sehwag started playing. Tendulkar used the pace of Shoaib Akhtar to make a counter attack, and Shoaib Akhtar later always said that Tendulkar was one of the toughest batsmen along with Rahul Dravid to have faced him. So fear is only natural. If the legs are trembling at the sight of a fast bowler, that is but natural. If on the eve of an examination or on the eve of Entering at the moment you enter the interview room, if you are a bit nervous, that is but natural. Everyone is nervous, everyone gets nervous, everyone gets frightened, everyone is worried, everyone has self doubts. Even Rafael Nadal, one of the greatest clay court players, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, winning about 20 or 21 Grand Slam titles, in which 13 clay court titles of the French Open. Rafael Nadal, if you talk about the clay court, Rafael Nadal becomes the greatest player ever born to have played on the clay court. He had 13 French Open titles. Once in an interview, Rafael Nadal also said that fear and self-doubt, when he gets up every day, he has this sort of feeling of fear, of self-doubt. It is but natural. It makes you a champion. So champion is not that who is always very solid, who is always very confident, who is always very full of full of energy, or say a champion is not that player who always looks strong. Rather, champion is that kind of a player, that kind of a person who, when he falls down, who when he touches a low, then again has the temerity, then again has the strength, then again has the guts to rise and rise like a phoenix, like the Pakistan team rose in the 1992 World Cup after losing the first four matches. They went on to win the 1992 World Cup, One Day World Cup. So, champion is that person who rises to the occasion, who is weak, who is vulnerable, but still he comes up against all the odds. He overcomes. He has fears, he has self doubt, he has nervousness, he has anxiety. That doesn't make you an ordinary person. The ordinariness is to surrender in those conditions. You don't have to surrender, you have to fight. You have to overcome your fears, irrational fears, rational fears. You have to regulate them, you have to face them head on. You have to reconcile, and you have to come over them. So fear is quite natural, quite normal, and you have overcoming fear is what you do for yourself for getting success. So never give up, never give up, and take fear as very natural, very normal. Take anxiety as very natural, very normal. When you start a big project, when you start preparing for an exam, when you go on for some huge planning or some big task, the first feeling that comes to you is that of anxiety, of fear, the fear of losing. It is very human, it is very normal. But when you plan well, when you prepare well, when you overcome those fears, both rational and irrational ones, you find yourself on the course, on the turf, and eventually you go on to win. So, worry or fear or nervousness is quite normal. So, when Shoaib Akhtar says in his interview, in his autobiography, Controversially Yours, that when he used to run to the batsman, Tendulkar's feet were trembling, or Rahul Dravid's feet were trembling, and Misbah-ul-Haq confirms this while standing as a fielder in the gully or in the leg slip. That is but natural. But see the records of Tendulkar and Dravid. So even a great batsman, he or she, any player, any athlete, he or she faces moments of trial, faces moments of self-doubt, faces moments of fear, of uncertainty. See the record of stats of Tendulkar. He scored his first 100 in the 79th ODI. In the 79th one day match, he scored his first 100 and went on to score 51 hundreds, the highest ever by an individual cricketer, the highest number of hundreds. He made a century of hundreds or century of tons in the test match and one day, if we calculate them together. So you take your time. You are nervous at the crease, you are nervous, you are you are a starter, you are a beginner. People ignore you, or people feel that you are not up to the task, but self doubt comes, nervousness comes, anxiety comes. That is but natural. Tackle them very objectively, tackle them one by one. It's the staircase approach, one problem at a time. Do not see at the peak, do not see at the 10th floor. Just see the staircase, just see the first step, the staircase approach, as they say. Take the first step, then the second step, then the third step, and the first step leads to the final step. So keep on doing, keep on working. Accept your fears, accept your nervousness, accept your anxiety. That is only human. Do not try to curb it unnaturally, do not try to press it. Uh, as much as you will waste your energy on pressing them, on compressing them, or making wishing them away, you will find that they are recoiling and they are coming again and again. So accept them as your companions, the fear, the nervousness, and then you have to come out of it when you start performing. So it is but natural. So my message to all the people, my message to all the students, my message to all the youth, my message to all the persons is that if you are fearful, if you have self doubt, it is but natural. It is not that you are a weak person, it is not that you are a meek person. It is the beginning. And and if you are nervous, these are the energies that keep you pushing, that pushes you every day to your task. So never treat these things as unhealthy. Accept them, rationalize them, make a table of them, make a points, how many irrational or rational fears you have, how many self doubts you have. You work upon those things, work upon those areas, and one day you will find that you have you have surmounted all those things, all those fears, all those irrational or rational fears, all those self doubts, all all those nervous things that kept on cropping, that kept on coming to your mind, that that was going to affect you. So take it as very normal, take it as very natural, and keep on moving. That's the main thing. Keep on moving. हमेशा चलते रहना है, आगे बढ़ते रहना है. And accept that if I am fearful, if it is only human, it is only human. If one is not fearful, if one is not nervous, either he is a saint, he is a sage, he is a god, or he is a superhuman. So every human has these natural failings, these natural, his or her doses of success and failures. So keep on moving. Take fear as very normal, very natural. Take nervousness as very natural. Take self-doubt as very natural. And amidst that haze, amidst उनके बीच से निकलना है, उनके बीच से अपना रास्ता बनाना है, and keep on moving. I'm again sending you best wishes, and I hope and I feel that you will get this message. It will come, it will help you in some or the other way in life. So fear is normal. Bye bye, take care. Happy Sunday for now. See you soon in the next video. Okay.